Hey, welcome back. Today, there is big support for Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn's bill that would ban AI deepfakes.
Our Steve Mailing joins us in studio. And Steve, the bill was reintroduced today with big endorsements.
Well, Lauren, Marius, the biggest endorsements coming from YouTube, Google, and OpenAI. But there's also support coming from celebrities, SAG-AFTRA, the Recording Academy, and the Motion Picture Association. That's only naming just a few. The No Fakes Act, introduced by Senator Marsha Blackburn and several other U.S. senators, would give Americans a federal right to their voice and visual likeness. Now, it would also require the prompt removal of unauthorized deepfakes from the internet. It would alert the platform of the deepfake, much like the regulation of online copyright infringement. Now, some platforms would get a pass if they didn't know it was posted on their site, as long as it's taken down quickly.
We are looking forward to having this passed, so we put in place a national standard, so that every one of our creative community in the United States knows that they have these protections.
And as I mentioned, the bill has support from celebrities. Take a look here. Today, country superstar Randy Travis was there speaking through his wife, Mary. He said the bill is critical for artists to keep control of their own identities and careers. In a way, AI helped give Randy his voice back when he used it to record new music last year. Now, Tennessee became the first state to enact voice, image, and likeness protections with the Elvis Act, and since other states have followed suit. Now, the No Fakes Act will get a hearing from the Senate Judiciary Committee's Subcommittee on Privacy, Technology, and the Law. That subcommittee is headed by none other than Senator Blackburn. The date and time hasn't been set yet. Marius.
All right, Steve, thank you so much.